Afrobeats is saving your parties. Afrobeats is saving your parties. Listen, there's nothing you guys are playing that is saving that party. People are dead. They're not moving. They're not singing lyrics. There is only one genre that'll get the people moving, get the people singing the lyrics like it's a karaoke. It's Afrobeats. Let's stop lying here. Like, please. Is it soca? And it's too much. Sometimes we can't even catch the lyrics. Talk less of the beat. Listen, love soca. Is it reggae? Is it okay? Listen, cool, great stuff. Really aggressive calmness to it, but it's just not picking up the party the way Afrobeats does. Because once you hear that "Ming come down," or the national anthem, yeah, come on, DJ, stop lying. There is no other genre that is saving your parties. Let's not do this. What else do we have? Reggaeton? What else is there? Really? Y'all shouldn't get mad at me for being for this great genre. You know, it's not me. The genre is just good. And if you want to test it, I challenge you DJs to try it at your parties, your local parties, or international parties this week. Try it and see. Afrobeats is saving your parties. Let it go. Let it go.
Most of us when we was younger, right, dancehall was the biggest genre, right? It was bigger. It was way bigger. Like, you couldn't even really be African, like, and be in American schools without being in the bed, for real. But we outnumber any other, like, black immigrant. You know what I'm saying? So this was gonna happen regardless. Afrobeats taking over or being the #1, like, alternative to hip hop in the clubs. You know what I'm saying? It was bound to happen because we're too deep in numbers. Every school got a group of Africans. You could just break it down to Ghanaians, Nigerians, Ethiopians, South Africans. If you put them all together, now y'all give them a genre of music that's working in London and working in Paris and working in Africa. It's bound to happen. And at the end of the day, there's only one world now. It's called the internet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kids from Harlem could go see, kids from Ghana doing the latest dance. Kids from Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda doing the latest dance. It's one world. It's one slang.
Then you hear something a little different. What's really popping right now? Afrobeats. Because it's different. The sound is different. It is unique. It is organic. It is I'm not saying a rejection or rebellion, but it is at least a little bit of a different wave from what you've been listening to.
When
and
I
now
listen to
that's
Afrobeats,
killing it.
when I listen to Afrobeats these days, it's so distinct than when I listen to hip hop. I listen to Lil Baby. He's rapping about the clothes he bought, the bitches he fucked,
Same
the
shit.
people he gonna shoot.
Same shit.
And it feels like it's in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
And when I'm listening to like Afrobeats, whether it's like, Asake Thames, I'm listening to Rima, I'm listening to Burna Boy, it feels like it's shit that like I'm like, oh, they're talking about love. They're talking about, feeling good. They're talking about things that like,
What's the rejection of negativity? Positive.
But how do you explain Burna Boy's album sales?
Why is a lot of that is
I
we don't.
I don't think it was like one artist or whatever.
Me personally,
Yeah, that was 2017. I remember this
I
song.
think 2017 when Davido had released Fall. That's my personal opinion.
I remember that. Fall was everywhere.
That was everywhere.
What about
like
that?
even, and I'm not even an Afrobeat or
No, you're right.
I think
Fall
it was
was
2017.
everywhere. I know that.
What about that Joanna song? Joanna.
Joanna.
That was 2018, right?
Joanna. Hey,
No, that was
that was another big one.
No, that
Hey,
was 2018,
everybody was on that.
Or 2017.
Everyone was on that. That was 2016.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Was
all,
it?
it's
Yeah,
all
because that was my sophomore year of college. I remember that because I remember going. I remember that was the first time like you started hearing them, and
In the
then
club,
and then Drake came with Views right after that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of
it
things
kind of was
that-
just a domino effect. Because once Drake started teaming up with Wizkid, then that made it cool for everybody.
No,
I
because-
remember everybody was like, "Who is Wizkid? Who is this? Who is
Yeah,
this?"
nobody really knew at that
The
time
record
here.
was big, but
Yeah.
I think the record gave off like Caribbean vibes versus like real African vibes. And I think people didn't really know that they were listening to an African song
I agree.
until 2017 when Fall came out, and they were like, "Oh, African music!" Like,
What happens
like
is
that.
this:
That's
that
what I
might have all of that started it, but you got to remember, in the States, we didn't know the difference. That was the thing with us. In the States, we didn't understand the difference. Because again,
Feel
at
like
the end
I
of the
feel you,
day,
but niggas didn't know.
straight like that, niggas ain't know.
Who introduced me to Afrobeats music and why do I love it so much? That is a very interesting question. Short answer, I'm black, so I feel it in my soul. I was born in Canada, I was not born in Africa. My parents were born in Trinidad, and we don't have to go too deep into history for you to understand that I am of African descent. But who introduced me to it were my DJ friends overseas in Europe and Asia, specifically France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Dubai. I have a lot of friends that are DJs over there, and in the clubs, this is like maybe 7-8 years ago, they were playing records like Oliver Twist, D-Band. I remember in Dubai, personally, by P Square was killing it. Of course, I spoke about it on another video, Scales, Shake Body. All big records in the clubs. I had never heard them before, but clearly everybody around me had. The music is amazing, and I took those with me and started playing them at my gigs all over the world, especially here in North America. And as time has passed, you see, now the music is global. Now there are superstars playing arenas. Burna Boy is actually going to be playing the arena where the Raptors play. He's doing 2 dates back-to-back, 20,000 people per night in a few months. So Afrobeats is global now. It's amazing. And I'm so happy to see that the world is catching up. But as for me, I've been in love with this music for a very long time. And I'm so happy to be able to be in the position to showcase it, to collaborate with artists such as Scales. I have a new song with him, and continue to spread the culture. So that's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. What made you fall in love with Afrobeats?
Paparazzi, many, my amigos, Balotelli, ladies taking me photos. Paparazzi, Don Julio, don't deny me. Hey, Dick and Jimmy, Lawo, it's Lawo.
So around maybe 11, 12 years ago, maybe, I got introduced to Afrobeats. One of my friends was playing Duncan Mighty Obiano Jew. What a banger. And I fell in love with the sound, and I went home and I started researching like where he's from, where the sound originates from, and I started looking into other artists, and that's how I became a huge fan.
Dear Caribbeans, I don't give a fuck what no African person tells you. Try know that Afrobeats is ours to share, bruv. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing Jamaicans or Antiguans or wherever you're from, feeling away when it comes to dancing to Afrobeats. Like, you can't dance to it. My dear, you better stand up and dance. You can do it. You can dance with us. It's okay, bruv. Oh, I've been a Nigerian for 31 years of my life. And for all them 31 years, I've been mistaken as a Caribbean. Oh, I just came back from Antigua. I went to Antigua in April. When I was there, one woman could have sworn I was her cousin Wilson. Nah, babe, I ain't your cousin Wilson. I'm Quincy, bruv. But what does that show? It means that a country is not your race, bruv. You can share that thing. You know what we share? The skin, cuz best believe, when it's carnival, I'm there, fam. I'm celebrating like I'm Jamaican. I'm from West Africa. But if they play some Ampiano, try know I'm claiming that like it's my own, bruv. I don't care if you don't know the lyrics to Burna Boy's Last properly, bruv. I want a boat and shy hose. Let it be a boat and shy hose then. Cool. No. I was the same guy doing a Zonto like I had boiled eggs and kenke in my pocket. Listen, I'm repping for everyone, fam. Man, because if you're one of them Nigerians that's trying to gatekeep it, you ain't trying to share the thing with everybody, you could only imagine how a Caribbean must have felt if he was the same person as you. Nah, man, that person would have been steaming from their head top when you're there catching wine to vibes, bruv. But yeah, I told you I've been mistaken as a Caribbean all my life, Even been times where I've been dancing to Afrobeats and some Nigerians have come up to me. Imagine me, Big Quincy, getting G-checked by some Nigerian road youths, bruv. Hey fam, come here, cuz. Hey, listen. I'm not a dickhead, fam. I'm not a prick, cuz. The way I dancing to my thing, the way I dancing to my music, fam. Don't mock it, cuz. Don't ever fucking try that shit with me, fam. I'm not a dick. I'm not a prick, fam. Man, shut up, man. This is for us to share, bruv. Music is for everybody.
What actually makes an Afrobeat song an Afrobeat song? If I'm honest with you, I actually do not really know.
It's actually kind of simple. It's two things. One, African percussions and the rhythm those percussions are playing. That is literally why it is called Afro and beats. It is the beats that decides it is actually Afro beats. Not the individual, not the topic, not the vocal melody. It is literally the rhythm the African percussions are playing. It has to be African percussions, and the rhythm they play is so important. Now, the reason why the rhythm is actually also important is because you can use African percussions in other genres. You can use it in reggae, you can use it in pop, they use it in pop as well, like in so many other genres, but the rhythm they actually play has to be important. Now, the problem here is people think you being from Africa is what basically makes it Afrobeats. No, it is not. It's not about what you're singing. It's not about your vocal melody. It's not about your vocal capabilities. It's not about your language. It is literally what the beats are doing. That is what makes Afrobeats. And this has basically caused so many problems because at the same time, anybody that comes out of Africa, it doesn't matter what you're singing, they automatically class you as Afrobeats. Even if you're singing R&B, even if you're clearly singing pop, but just the fact that you're from Africa, they class you as Afrobeats. And this is literally a disservice to a lot of artists from Africa. It's the same way people think that once you're not an African and you sing, Afrobeats is automatically not Afrobeats. No, that's not how it works. Where you're from or what you sing doesn't have anything to do with the genre. It is literally what the beats are doing. That is what creates the genre. I'm an artist. I make Afrobeats. I'm also a drummer. I also play drums. So I know what makes Afrobeats. I have also studied music. So please. But what I also want to say is like, with the subgenres, right, which is like Afro R&B, the Afro pops, and the Afro whatever, the reason why these genres exist, again, is back to the rhythms. The rhythms that the beats are doing, like the percussions, the shakere, the shakers, the agogo, the conga, the djembes, like those are what makes those genres Afro. Because what they do is they take those elements and maybe slap an R&B guitar on it, and then, the artist can sing whatever it is he wants to sing or deliver. And that's why it becomes Afro R&B. Afro R&B is fused. So it has the Afro elements and it also has the R&B elements. And that goes for all the other subgenres like Afro pop, Afro swing, Afro reggae, and all of that stuff. But yeah, don't forget to follow me for breakdowns like these. Peace out.